If you feel a pang of dread every time you see a staircase, your body is trying to send you a crucial message, and that message isn't that you're getting older, it's that a few key muscles have fallen asleep and need to be woken up. I'm Dr. Eric Berg, and today we're going to activate those muscles with 5 simple, surgeon-recommended movements you can do at home. What if I told you that the difference between struggling and soaring upstairs has almost nothing to do with age and everything to do with the coordination between 3 specific muscle groups? When any one of these groups weakens, your brain, in its infinite wisdom, senses instability. It slams on the brakes, making you slow down, grip the rail, and move with fear. This isn't a permanent decline, it's a correctable coordination problem. The real issue isn't in your joints, it's often in your hips. A weak gluteus medius, that crucial hip stabilizer, is the silent culprit behind that wobbly, uncertain feeling. It forces your knee to track improperly, placing uneven stress where it doesn't belong. But when you retrain it, everything realigns. Let's start with the first and most fundamental exercise, the chair squat. This isn't about building bodybuilder legs, it's about reprogramming the primal sit-to-stand pattern that stairs demand. Find a sturdy chair, stand in front of it, feet shoulder width apart. Now, slowly lower yourself as if to sit, but stop just before you touch the chair. Hover for a second, then push through your entire foot, especially your heels, to stand back up. Your legs are your foundation. Rebuild them with intention. The magic here is in the slow lowering. This eccentric phase builds the quad strength that acts as a shock absorber for your knees, protecting them with every step you take down. Do this 5 to 8 times, focusing on control, not speed. Feel your quads and glutes learning to work together again. You might think, can something this simple really work? The answer is an absolute yes. Your body craves specific functional patterns, not complexity. Stair climbing is essentially a series of single-leg squats. By training this pattern gently, you're sending a clear signal to your nervous system to rebuild that coordination. Think of your nervous system as the conductor of an orchestra. If the string section, your quadriceps, is out of tune or playing too softly, the entire symphony, your gait, becomes discordant and hesitant. The chair squat is not just a strength exercise, it is a precise tuning session for that conductor, ensuring every muscle fires in the correct sequence and with the necessary power to lift your body weight against gravity. This movement also has a profound impact on your metabolic health. Engaging these large muscle groups in your thighs stimulates your mitochondria, the powerhouses of your cells, improving your overall energy levels. So you're not just building stair climbing strength, you're enhancing your vitality from the cellular level up. This is why many people report feeling more energetic throughout the day after consistently practicing these functional movements. They are waking up systems that have been underutilized, and the body responds with gratitude in the form of renewed vigor. The second exercise is the controlled step up. Most people do this wrong by rushing. The secret isn't in the height of the step, but in the control of the movement. Place one foot entirely on a low, stable step or a thick book. Now, your focus is solely on the leg on the step. Press through that heel to lift your body up, but don't push off with your back foot. Let it trail lightly. The goal is to make the leading leg do all the work, teaching it to bear your full weight safely and confidently. This directly strengthens the gluteus medius, anchoring your hip and eliminating that side-to-side wobble. What's the one alignment cue that protects your knee? Ensure your knee stays in line with your second toe, never letting it collapse inward. This single tip preserves joint integrity. Let's delve deeper into the physiology of the gluteus medius. This muscle is not just a mover, it is a primary stabilizer. Imagine your pelvis as a balance tray. With every step you take, whether on flat ground or on stairs, one side of that tray has to be held steady while the other side is mobile. A weak gluteus medius is like having a wobbly leg on that tray. The entire structure becomes unstable. This instability doesn't just affect your hip, it cascades down to your knee and ankle, forcing them into compromised positions that lead to wear, tear, and pain. By performing the controlled step-up, you are specifically training this stabilizing muscle to lock your pelvis in place during single leg stance, which is the fundamental reality of climbing stairs. Every time you press through that heel and feel the muscle on the side of your hip engage, you are directly fortifying your body's architectural integrity. This is not an optional exercise. It is non-negotiable for anyone seeking to move with confidence and without pain. Furthermore, this controlled movement enhances proprioception, which is your body's ability to sense its position in space. This is your internal GPS, and like any system, it needs regular updates and calibration. The slow, mindful nature of this step-up provides rich sensory feedback to your brain, sharpening this internal map and making your movements more precise and automatic. Now for the third exercise, which many overlook, the heel raise. Your calves are the final engines of propulsion. Stand behind your chair, holding lightly for balance. Slowly lift your heels as high as you can, feeling the contraction in your calves. Then, even more slowly, lower your heels back to the floor. This controlled lowering is where the real magic happens for ankle stability and power. It's this strength that gives you that confident push-off from one step to the next, instead of just dragging yourself up. The calf muscle complex, comprising the gastrocnemius and the soleus, acts as a powerful second stage rocket. Your quadriceps and glutes provide the initial lift, but it is the calves that provide the final propulsive force to complete the step. When these muscles are weak, that final push is absent, and you are left feeling like you are hauling your body upward rather than lifting it with power. But the benefits of strong calves extend far beyond stair climbing. They are crucial for venous return. Your calf muscles are often called your second heart, because their contraction helps pump deoxygenated blood from your legs back up to your heart. Strong, active calves improve circulation throughout your lower body, which can reduce swelling in the ankles and feet, alleviate feelings of heaviness in the legs, and support overall cardiovascular health. This is a profound example of how a simple exercise can have systemic effects. The slow lowering phase, known as the eccentric contraction, is particularly potent for building resilient tendon tissue. The Achilles tendon, the strongest tendon in your body, responds beautifully to this type of loading, becoming thicker and more capable of handling the forces of daily life. This is your best defense against strains and injuries. So when you perform heel raises, know that you are not just working a muscle, you are enhancing circulation, fortifying a critical tendon, and building the explosive power needed for effortless movement. The fourth exercise is the glute bridge. This is non-negotiable for hip and back power. Lie on your back with knees bent, feet flat. Now, press through your heels and lift your hips toward the ceiling until your body forms a straight line from shoulders to knees. Squeeze your glutes at the top as if you're holding a precious gem between them. Hold for 2 seconds, then lower slowly. This motion is the exact same hip extension that propels you upward. When your glutes are strong, your hamstrings and lower back don't have to overwork, which means less fatigue and pain. Movement is not the enemy, stagnation is. The gluteus maximus is the largest and most powerful muscle in the human body. Its primary job is hip extension, the very action that drives you forward when walking and upward when climbing. In our modern, sedentary lifestyles, our glutes often become lazy or inhibited. They forget how to fire properly. This leads to a phenomenon called gluteal amnesia, where other smaller muscles like the hamstrings and the erector spinae in the lower back are forced to take over the job of a muscle 10 times their size. This is a recipe for overuse injuries, lower back pain, and a profound lack of power in your stride. The glute bridge is the perfect wake-up call for these sleeping giants. By isolating the movement and focusing on the squeeze at the top, you are re-establishing the neural connection between your brain and your glutes. You are teaching them to fire on command. This has a dramatic effect on your posture. Strong glutes help to maintain a neutral pelvis, which in turn supports the natural curve of your lower spine. This alleviates pressure on the lumbar discs and can significantly reduce chronic lower back ache. Furthermore, the glute bridge is a safe and effective way to engage your entire posterior chain, the interconnected web of muscles on the backside of your body. A strong posterior chain is the hallmark of a resilient, powerful, and injury-resistant body. It is the foundation upon which all dynamic movement is built. So when you lift your hips in that bridge, envision yourself not just strengthening a muscle, but rebuilding the very foundation of your movement integrity. Finally, we have the single leg stand. This is the ultimate confidence builder. Stand near a wall or counter, shift your weight to one leg and lift the other foot just an inch off the ground. Hold for as long as you can, aiming for 10-30 seconds. Your body will send tiny, rapid fire corrections to your ankles, knees, and hips. You are literally sharpening your internal GPS, your proprioception. When this system is sharp, your brain stops perceiving stairs as a threat. The single leg stand is the ultimate test and training tool for your integrated stability system. It forces your body to coordinate the efforts of your ankles, knees, and hips in real time to maintain equilibrium. The tiny wobbles you feel are not signs of failure. They are signs of your nervous system actively working, making hundreds of micro adjustments per second. This is where true balance is forged, not in stillness, but in the successful correction of instability. This exercise has a direct impact on fall prevention. The ability to recover from a stumble or to navigate an uneven surface depends entirely on the speed and efficiency of these balance reflexes. By practicing the single leg stand daily, you are essentially doing high repetition practice for your life, saving reflexes. You are also building immense strength in the stabilizer muscles of your standing ankle, which are your first line of defense against a twisted ankle or a fall. The psychological impact of this exercise cannot be overstated. Every second you hold that pose, you are building a reservoir of self-confidence. You are proving to yourself, in a tangible way, that your body is capable and steady. This confidence translates directly into your gait. You will find yourself walking with a more assured stride, taking steps with purpose rather than caution. This reduction in fear-based movement is one of the most powerful ways to reduce your risk of falling, as tension and hesitation are often what cause a loss of fluidity and balance. Combine these 5 exercises into a 10-minute daily ritual. Start with chair squats to ignite your primary movers, move to step-ups to integrate stability and strength, follow with heel raises to power up your propulsion engines, then perform glute bridges to solidify your powerhouse and protect your back. Finish with single leg stands to calibrate your entire balance system. This sequence is not random, it is a logical progression that prepares your body for the complex task of stair climbing. This isn't just exercise, it's neuromuscular reprogramming. You are retraining your body's movement software. Consistency is far more important than intensity. Gentle, daily practice will yield results that intense, sporadic workouts never will. Think of it as a daily dose of movement medicine. The cumulative effect of this consistent practice is profound neuroplasticity, your brain's ability to rewire itself. With every controlled repetition, you are strengthening the neural pathways that command efficient, strong, and safe movement. This is how you build new, positive habits of motion that eventually replace the old, fearful patterns. It is the ultimate form of self-investment, paying dividends in independence, confidence, and quality of life. And we must talk about the mind-body connection. Fear creates stiffness. Before you even approach a staircase, pause, take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, visualize yourself climbing with ease, strength, and perfect balance. This mental rehearsal calms the nervous system and primes your muscles for confident action. Your brain is the most powerful muscle in this equation. What if the biggest barrier wasn't physical at all, but a story your nervous system learned to believe? The brain is a predictive organ. It is constantly anticipating what will happen next based on past experiences. If your past experiences with stairs have been filled with struggle, pain, or fear, your brain will predict that the next staircase will be the same. It will then preemptively tense your muscles, shorten your stride, and alter your breathing in a well-intentioned but ultimately counterproductive attempt to protect you. This is known as fear avoidance behavior, and it creates a vicious cycle where the fear of pain actually creates the very conditions for instability and discomfort. You can break this cycle through visualization. Athletes have used this technique for decades to enhance performance. By vividly imagining a successful, fluid, and pain-free ascent, you are giving your brain a new, positive prediction to work with. You are literally rewriting the script. This doesn't mean ignoring real limitations, but rather replacing a narrative of fear with one of capability. Spend just 60 seconds before your exercise routine or before encountering a flight of stairs in your day to close your eyes and run this positive mental movie. See yourself moving with grace and power. Feel the sensations of strength in your legs and stability in your core. This simple practice can be as transformative as the physical exercises themselves because it addresses the root of the problem, the signal from the command center. Breathing is your built-in stability mechanism. Exhale during the exertion. When you stand up, when you step up, this naturally engages your core and stabilizes your entire body. Never hold your breath. The connection between breath and movement is ancient and profound. When you hold your breath, you create abdominal pressure that can spike your blood pressure and create tension throughout your torso. This tension immobilizes your core, the very center of your stability. Conversely, a controlled exhale during exertion triggers a natural contraction of your deep core muscles, particularly the transverse abdominis. This muscle acts like a natural corset, cinching your midsection and creating a solid pillar of support from which your limbs can move powerfully and safely. This is known as the Valsalva maneuver, and while it has its place in heavy weightlifting for functional daily movements, a steady breath is far superior. It ensures a steady supply of oxygen to your working muscles, prevents dangerous blood pressure spikes, and turns each movement into a coordinated, full-body event. Make your breath the rhythm track to your movement symphony. For those with knee concerns, remember, movement is lubrication. These exercises strengthen the muscles that protect the knee joint, taking pressure off the cartilage and allowing synovial fluid to nourish it. Pain-free motion is the goal. If something hurts, adjust your range. Listen to your body. It's your best guide. The knee is a simple hinge joint, but it is caught between two powerful levers, the hip and the ankle. Problems at the knee are very often caused by issues elsewhere. Weak hips lead to the knee collapsing inward. Stiff ankles force the knee to compensate for lack of mobility. By strengthening the hips with step-ups and glute bridges and mobilizing the ankles with heel raises, you are creating a stable and mobile environment for the knee to function as it was designed. The knee itself has no muscle tissue. It is entirely dependent on the muscles that cross it for its stability. Strong quadriceps, hamstrings, and calves are the guardians of the knee joint. Furthermore, the movement itself pumps synovial fluid, a thick, viscous liquid that nourishes the cartilage and acts as a lubricant. This is why appropriate pain-free movement is essential for joint health. It is the opposite of wearing it out. It is feeding and maintaining it. If you experience sharp pain, stop. But if you feel a general ache or stiffness, often gentle movement within a comfortable range is the best medicine to work through it and restore function. Progress is not about adding weight. It's about better form, smoother transitions, and holding that balance a few seconds longer. Maybe you try the chair squat from a slightly lower surface or cross your arms. These small progressions signal your body to keep adapting. The principle of progressive overload is fundamental to getting stronger, but for functional fitness in our senior years, it is not about adding more plates to a barbell. It is about mastering your own body weight with increasing grace and control. The progressions are subtle but profoundly effective. For the chair squat, progressing from a higher chair to a lower one increases the range of motion and thus the demand on your muscles. Crossing your arms removes the momentum and assistance your upper body might provide, forcing your legs to do the work pure and simple. For the step up, you can progress by slowing the movement down even further, spending 3 seconds on the way up, holding for 2 at the top, and spending 3 seconds on the way down. This time, under tension is a powerful stimulus for strength and control. For the single leg stand, the progression is simply time. Can you hold it for 5 seconds longer this week than you did last week? Or perhaps you can try it with your eyes closed for a moment, which dramatically increases the challenge to your proprioceptive system. These are the markers of true functional progress. They are not measured in pounds, but in quality of life. The benefits will spill over into your entire life. Getting out of a car, walking across a parking lot, rising from your favorite chair, it will all feel smoother and more effortless. This is functional fitness, preparing your body for life itself. The strength, stability, and confidence you build with this simple routine do not stay confined to your 10-minute practice session. They permeate every aspect of your daily existence. You will notice it when you bend down to tie your shoes and rise again without needing to pull yourself up. You will feel it when you carry a bag of groceries from the car to the kitchen without feeling winded or unsteady. You will appreciate it when you get in and out of the bathtub with a newfound sense of security. This is the true goal, not to become a gym rat, but to become the master of your own domain, to live life on your terms with vitality and independence. This holistic improvement is a result of the fact that you are not isolating muscles, you are training movement patterns, you are teaching your body how to solve physical problems efficiently and safely. You are building a reservoir of physical competency that you can draw from all day, every day. Your body is incredibly adaptable at any age. This is about reclaiming the strength, stability, and confidence that is rightfully yours. The science of neuroplasticity tells us that the brain can form new connections throughout life. The science of muscle physiology confirms that muscle tissue can be strengthened and rebuilt well into our 90s and beyond. The only thing that is required is the consistent, correct stimulus. You are never too old to become stronger. You are never too old to improve your balance. You are never too old to reclaim the joy of movement. The narrative of inevitable decline is a myth that is being dismantled by modern research and by the countless individuals who have chosen to take their health into their own hands. Your future mobility is not predetermined by your calendar age. It is created by the actions you take today. This is your power. This is your opportunity. If you found this guide helpful, do me a huge favor and hit that like button. It truly helps support the channel here at Senior Strength and Health Wisdom. Now, I have a question for you in the comments below.